So the presentation I'm about to make, it all started from my doctoral study. I was invited here actually from Mr. Cornel Moraru because I finished the doctoral school there. And my research is called Plants, Raw Material in Contemporary Object Design. And it's based on 4 coordinates, which are all connected with my professional experience. So first, it's craft, concept, materials, and technologies. Through my professional experience and also through my pedagogical, I will tell you afterwards, entrepreneurship in design, ethics in design, and design education. So these 4 coordinates you will see through my presentation. So on the 4 points here, I will just read it fast. The present research started from a personal concern for nature and in particular for the world of plants, which I love. It represents a plea for the return of the man and human society to nature, to its origin. It represents a manifesto against industrialization, especially through design, a study of objects that use plants as a whole or parts of them in order to create design objects or design materials or materials itself, a study of design ethics, eco-design, and sustainability. So I will try to explain the core of the concept, which has nature in the middle, or God, the creator itself, which is one, and how the concept of oneness, of the unique thing, it changed during the culture or through the human mentality. So you have on the left the unique, which is all the natural elements, animals, plants. You cannot find 2 leaves which are the same, like 2 people the same. And the concept of singular use, which has on another extreme industrialization, everything is equal, and oneness become single use. This just blew my mind, because actually all started when I went to a market. I had this necklace on my neck, and a woman was saying, that's a beautiful necklace, you know, this reminds me of single-use objects. And then actually I realized that she didn't mention single use, but the you know, in Romanian it's more simple. So you have unicat, unique, și unică folosință. So the lady was about to say something about uniqueness, but actually out of her mind was unique use. That's really strange, you know, but that's another topic. It was just a philosophical thing. So the conscience, which is the uniqueness of our creator and also our mind, it has internal, the ethical dimension, and for a design is the choice of production method. So as you could all know, nature is a source for all materials, natural or synthetic, which through design work become an object, and nature, it's in the end the trash for all this cultural the thing. And that's one major problem we are dealing with. Nobody thinks, especially designers are not thinking what happens with their objects when they are done with using them, especially when we are talking about designer for mass production objects, and where the beneficiary it's unknown. So basically a designer don't have a human touch with their clients. So that's a major problem, which also it's an ethical aspect. So the solution I found and I apply into my professional work, both entrepreneurial and as a teacher, it's going back to craft, local economy, and using natural materials through eco-design. So I'm going to present you very short my entrepreneurial considerations. This is my site. For 20 years, I'm producing jewelry as well as design services. I'm using nature as a source of inspiration for different kinds of objects, starting from furniture, jewelry, and other things. And I will present you one of the collection, which is called Winter Birds. And it was actually a study I made for my doctoral research. I wanted to make broches because I already have this platform, online selling platform, and I wanted to have an object which is an eco design and bring it to the market and to see what's going on with them. So I created these 3 birds, which are completely made from plants, both as a base material as well as a pigment. So I use, as you can see, the pigment out of the leaves or the skin of the walnuts or the garlic. And together with the natural glue, I put together this bird, which has an internal, let's say, resistant structure. And the beak and the eye are wood handcraft. So these are the ingredients: garlic skin, grass, metal, poplar leaves, and so on. You could see also this one and this one. So these are three broches which are on sale, and had, from my happy sharing it with you, I have success with them, so that's a very good thing. So another collection, it's called Seeds, and as you can see, the seeds reveal the architectural and potential of life. They encapsulate growth, which is beyond our power of comprehension. There is a hidden part of every one of us, which brings itself to perfection throughout a painful process connected with God's will. So this is the core concept. And also handcrafted wood, all sorts of seeds you could find in the Romanian flora, especially in agriculture. And you could see there are brooches and necklaces, wood crafted. So another collection is called Glass Blade, as well as seeds. It's a very small detail nature nobody really looks at, but I love grass and is the symbol of spring, and so I put it back into jewelry, as you could see. So another topic, it's my study based on composite materials from vegetable fibers and natural adhesives based on plants from spontaneous local flora. And as well as my colleague before, I was using some inspiration. This is the first image. This is first inspiration, and I believe it's very important. Why? Because both nature and human, in tradition, they are using exactly the same ingredients, like earth, plants, and protein, which are basically the glue. So I tried to make something connected with the people's homes as well as the birds, as you could see. And I started collecting the plants around my home, which is one of them, it's reed. So my first experiment was to use it as a veneer, which didn't worked for a while, like a month or so, but the glue didn't resist. And I realized that basically reed is a plant for water. So God created that plant that doesn't stand water. So any kind of glue which is based on water, it will be rejected by this plant. But this is the bad news. But the good news is that when you mix it, the small particles they are gluing together, and the big ones not. So I created an isolation material which has air in the middle, and it's very good because of that. So the same experience with the same plant, but the plant treated differently, and you have different results. Another plant which is invasive this time, it's called Clematis vitalba. It's in English, it's old man beard. I don't know why, but actually looks like. And it's a plant which grows everywhere, especially around my neighborhood. It's everywhere. So I said, that looks very good because it's fluffy and reminds me of different plants like cotton or the tree which is called now I don't remember, also have this echina. The seed has this fluffy, a very interesting way of transportation through the air. So this works excellent as a material for composite materials. So I started making a study of a seed. Then my purpose was to create a 360 degrees or whatever, 6 degrees node, architectural node or spatial node, to create furniture out of it. So the material turned out to be a very, very good one, very strong and easy to work with. So basically I have a mold which is made from paper and glue. I wanted to develop a technique which my students could make it by themselves very easy in the workshop. So everything becomes a past and put it in the matrix. Just with the scissors, cut it out, leave it to dry, and that's it. So also the same technique with the artisanal and very simple matrix. I created the shelf. And I made further a little bit with the experiment, and I put a veneer on the top of it, this time wood veneer, because I wanted to be glued there. So the wood resisted very well, and it transformed it into furniture materials. I'm still in the middle of the process. I didn't quite finish a piece of furniture, but I'm working with my students on it, and hopefully you will see next year some results. So the green here, and it comes from a condiment, which with the gray from the plant turned out to be green. So actually it's yellow, it's a yellow condiment, together with the gray of the plant became green. This one, it's a different plant. It's also a reed, but it's actually not a reed. If you know the purple, you know, this brown flower, which also comes from from the water. And this is also doesn't like the water. So I used only the fluffy, the seeds, actually the fruit, and I mixed it with the natural glue, and I created an isolation. By this time it's a decorative isolation, because it has this veneer, and you can isolate the walls together with decorate them, and you can decorate them in all sorts of ways, because you put the veneer in the matrix. So when you put the past together with the veneer, so you have two technologies into one. And that's a very good thing. Sorry? So, sorry, I still have time? Yeah. So I'm coming to the point where I'm talking about my pedagogical considerations. So because I'm working now, one of my courses I'm teaching, it's based on materials and technologies, and I realized that there is no bibliography for a designer which contains natural materials as a whole. So I started to do that, and it's a huge work, I know, but I bring the study till the point that I realize that finding the base materials, then I have 3 different topics I'm interested in. How you use the plant or the source of the material in traditional manner, in innovative manner, which is also already brought to the market, and innovative usage, which are still experimental. So I'm working on this study, and based on this, I have my course now. So back into my collaboration with Unarte Bucharest, I had a course on design, industrial design, for 5 years. And I also used plant as a theme. So the students had to choose one plant, this time only from morphological point of view. So they used to study the plant through drawing it in different manners. So you have a botanical drawing, you have a geometrical drawing, which brings you to carpets and all this, you know, pointy designs, pixels design. You have linography, you have other kind of representative the same plant, because like this I can teach them different kind of thinking of the same subject. And in the end, after they finish the study and going through different techniques, they are going to develop a design object. And in here you have Diana Dragomir back in 2020. She was developing an object which keeps the food warm. So has a thermical electrical system inside, which goes only to 60 degrees. So it keeps, just you make the food, you make the tea, 60 or almost 80. So you just put it there and it's nice on the table. So you also have, starting from the study started from purple, and you have Sebastian, who developed this container for condiments. You have Alexia, who was working with studying the mushrooms and creating a lamp, which is also an aromatizator. So you have asparagus, and you have for kitchen to measure weight. And that's it, just a few works. You can find them online. I have a site which contains all the works for my students. So in Oradea, I started developing a different course where the plants are the subject, like my studies, based on plants for composite materials. And I have only two works presented here, plate and a table, which is actually a table container for crafts. So you have inside the needles and everything, and you can just relax and go back to craft. So thank you.
Thank you, Carla. That's a wonderful work. Can you tell us more? How do you bring those things or those knowledges to classroom? How is the students' reactions when you say, okay, we're going to deal with plants?
Yeah.
I would like to understand how are they feedback?
Well, I can tell you about the course I'm keeping in Oradea, because with the biomaterial. So it's a very good reaction. Why? Because we are having students which are still living near the nature. We have small cities around Oradea, which still they have contact with nature as well as craft through their parents, through their grandparents. So basically they have a lot of tools as well, because the school don't have so many tools. So that's a very good thing. So they can make by themselves a lot of things. Well, the thing is that they like it a lot, because they are telling me that they look to the nature now to a different point of view. They understand what important it is to understand the plant, not only looking at it like a painter or a photographer, as something which only from a statical point of view. You can use the plants in so many ways, and it's an infinite possibility. You can play with it. We have people who are working 3D objects like art, or they make sample of materials or furniture. Now we make a table with some students, two tables actually. So they are happy. I mean, they really like the smell. They really like the easiness of making it, and the surprise of how the material is so resistant. And basically they are discovering design through different eyes, and that's very important.